It is. It's a sonar ball.
How's that work?
So on my phone, I can tell you that it's 8 feet deep in that hole and that there's no car in there, and I'm looking for a vehicle because of a missing person. And so then I can, if I do find it, then I then put my boat in with my sonar system and I float over the top of it. Yeah. So I'm with Adventures with Purpose, the YouTube channel that has found 32 people.
Really?
And I search all over the world, and I'm looking for Ashley Goodrich from Fairhaven.
Ashley Goodrich went missing in October of 2021 and was not reported missing until 2022 by her family because of an estranged relationship with her family. She is still missing today.
This is our search azimuth and search areas. Green is where she last was, and that 5-mile radius or 4-mile radius here goes up to Marsh Pond, Glen Lake, Beaubassin Lake, and then everything else is in New York. So let's clear today. We're going to clear Fairhaven, Benson, and this section here, and see if I can get in as many bodies of water as I can and search as many in this specific section, and then I'm gonna have to go to New York.
This is where Ashley Goodrich used to live. It's right at the Welcome Center. New York border's right there. Vermont is right here. And this is the last house in Vermont. It's right on the railroad tracks. It's right in a spot where you'd have to come out and either take a left or take a right. Get on Route 4 and go somewhere, or take a left and go through town. I don't see him going through town with that truck and the two-wheel drive vehicle. So how I look at it at this point is that he came out and he took a right-hand turn here and went that way towards New York, and then he either got on the highway and went one exit up, or knows a shortcut. So I'm going to look at the mapping. I'm going to see if I can get some more a closer proximity to where we should be looking here. So I'm going to meet with the RV place, see what they think, give me their thoughts, since I'm sure that they've thought about it, and then I might even just walk in and knock on the door. When the U-Haul truck with the Ford Explorer on the top left the driveway, it either went left or right, went towards the quarries in Castleton, or in Fairhaven, or in Rutland, or in the region. But at that time, that vehicle was sitting on top of the two-wheel drive U-Haul, made it a very top-heavy vehicle. I don't believe he went very far, but we keep finding, when looking at some of the quarries, anomalies on the bottom.
And here are a few pictures of that. I'm here to investigate the missing Ashley Goodrich. They want me to come in and search bodies of water in the area that I think would be logical locations to get the two-wheel drive U-Haul truck from that house.
That guy in the
And
park
any
for you on
possible
my lawn.
locations that you think of that are easy for a two-wheel drive U-Haul piece of junk clunker to drop a Ford Explorer off the back of it. Because he backed it onto the U-Haul. So he backed that
I
truck
didn't
on.
know that.
He backed it onto it.
I didn't know that.
I have pictures of it.
Rutland quarries would be,
The quarry. Do you think that he has access to something like that, meaning that
it's open access.
it's open access? What's the name of it?
It's a I don't know the name of it. It's a quarry in West Rutland that they pulled a bunch of cars out
Got it.
over the years.
Understood. So then
Just because it's cliff edge.
it's cliff edge. Access for to get a boat in there? You
Oh,
think?
no. They use
Kind of
divers.
goes like down.
Yeah, it's straight down.
It's straight down, so there's no access to a road into it.
No, they swim. Kids swim there.
They jump off and they are able to climb up, but
Right.
getting a boat down into it is not.
No. They used wreckers generally over the edge.
Diver and a wrecker.
Diver and a wrecker.
So the individual that was helping the husband took a picture. The timestamp of that picture is the day she went missing. The last day that she actually was heard from on her phone, that she was using the phone, that he wasn't driving around.
I got a better question for you.
Yes.
Where were they logging?
And again, I'm not
In New
sure.
York.
Yeah.
But I don't know exactly where.
Yeah.
But that would be the question.
Yeah, again, like he had to be back for 3 o'clock for pick up, or in essence to be here for the child getting off the bus. I don't think he goes far with it because of the fact that it's just not meant for what he's doing with it.
Yeah. He couldn't get up to the reservoir Fairhaven. And so many of the ponds.
Or shallow.
When he turned out the driveway.
But the thing is, he had a whole year to bring it somewhere, stash it, and then move it again.
Right. Yeah.
So you're thinking quarry because of the fact it's
No, I'm thinking New York.
yeah. But does he have enough time for that? Like in the day?
Yes, they weren't that far.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you're in Whitehall. I know he was logging at the time somewhere near Whitehall.
Really?
Yeah.
What's his name again?
Garrett Given. He stuttered.
I'm gonna go along the notion that he goes out of town on the next exit up. That he goes where no one would be driving, that no one would see the Ford Explorer, a place that he's been. And exit 2 north goes to Marsh Pond. There was construction going on in 2022 and 23 on Marsh Pond on the corner, and I want to just double check that one. I want to see what the depth is at Marsh Pond at the road crossing. So that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to head north. I'm going to check easy access locations of deep bodies of water. There's also a granite quarry there too. I'm going to look at that as well. But I'm going straight up, and I'll show you here on the map where we're going. So from first look, Old Marsh Pond looks very shallow. So let's see if there's any boat ramps. So we have that one crossing. I'm going deep like Jared does with my trailer and my truck, so that I have to turn around in a nightmare probably. But going on, we're exploring. And the mission is go to somewhere discreet. This is discreet. So I just don't know if it's deep enough to hold a vehicle though. But we're gonna find out, aren't we now? The closest body of water to the house and Marsh Pond definitely does not have the depth.
especially on this side. Beautiful place though, lily pads, and what a beautiful place. But on this side, it's also shallow. We'll check that little hole right there. But I don't foresee someone rolling the car in here, but I had to look at it because it looked deep. Striker cast is in the water, so about 4.5 feet. Four feet to the muck. So it's 4 feet deep, so that's not going to hold a car. Three feet. But really useful tool, this Garmin Striker cast. I mean, it allows you to see everything. Five feet max. Great. Marsh Lake is cleared. So I'm looking at the Washington Street extension and the pond right off the highway. And that's that there. And being that he's a logger, you know, like, he can get up there with a two-wheel drive vehicle with the truck. If that one goes back through the woods, the car could be there or here. The Washington Street extension pond. That's possible. Let's test out this depth real quick. Back in, both sides of the river. You can get a car in there, and that's dark water.
It is. It's a sonar ball.
How's that work?
So on my phone, I can tell you that it's 8 feet deep in that hole and that there's no car in there, and I'm looking for a vehicle because of a missing person. And so then I can, if I do find it, then I then put my boat in with my sonar system and I float over the top of it. Yeah. So I'm with Adventures with Purpose, the YouTube channel that found 32 people.
Really?
And I search all over the world, and I'm looking for Ashley Goodrich from Fairhaven.
So I'm looking at that hole right there, dump a vehicle right in and keep moving. That hole is 7 feet deep there. I got really good images on the screen. I'm in 6.5 feet of water. Eight and a half feet, 9 feet. 9 feet of water. Nothing on the bottom. One more time. So I got 8 feet of water. I'm right there in the middle. I don't have any. I have a flat bottom. I don't have a vehicle in the water column. In 8 feet, almost 9 feet right there. So 9 feet right there. 9 feet. But nothing in the water column that's indicative of a vehicle. So let's check out River Road. Let me just show people. Let me just show people what I see here. Why I stopped here. Off the beaten path. No one's here. 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And that 9-foot hole exists right there. So very possible to roll a vehicle right down into the water. But I don't see a vehicle in there, but it is 9 feet right there at that location. Stay inside the 5-mile radius and search because this guy didn't have a lot of time. Along this edge of a high cliff on River Road. How many people have we found on River Road? A lot. So I want to search River Road to see if there's another 9-foot hole, because if the guy ever fished, he'd know where it was. So again, just going to keep on trucking in the 5-mile radius until I clear it. Easily just roll it in if in fact it was 9 feet. So that's location pretty interesting. Very cloudy river. In late October of 2021, between the dates of October 28th and October 31st, the weather and the temperature ranged between the temperatures of 29 degrees and 54 degrees. During the day, the temperatures were in the 50s, sometimes ranging down to 44, but not cold enough to freeze the ponds and lakes and rivers. As many ponds, lakes, and rivers in the region not being frozen, and the vehicle being missing for months before Ashley was reported missing, gave almost too much ample amount of time for an individual to make the car disappear. But is that car in the river, or in a pond, or in a lake, or is it in a quarry? Or was it driven to a logging road and buried deep in the woods? Or was it scrapped and cut up into pieces, like the Alex Jackson case? Well, that's what we're trying to find out. So the first step is to clear all the ponds in the 5-mile radius, and then move outwards to the 10-mile radius and to the 15-mile radius until we find something that leads us to a clue and a lead in this case. At one point, there was a report that said that there was a Subaru missing with Ashley. But in the end, a Facebook post clarified that the Ford Explorer was placed on the U-Haul truck on the date that Ashley went missing, or the last known conversation that Ashley had with a family member on October 29th. To clarify to the viewers,
During this investigation and this recon mission, what I'm trying to do and attempting to do is to clarify any body of water in the 5 mile radius that has the ability to hold a vehicle. We don't know if that vehicle is in water or in the hills of New York or in the hills of Vermont. So I am attempting to clarify that possible location and get us closer to where we should be looking. As the viewers also know, Adventures with Purpose does not do murder. But in an attempt to help law enforcement and the family, I went to Fairhaven, Vermont to try to find some type of a clue that could help them in their search for Ashley Goodrich so we can bring her home.
That knows every back road, that knows every logging trail, and that knows every slate quarry. And you put the car on backwards on purpose so you can put the engine straight down immediately so it's on.
Yeah. Out here, the biggest problem you run into is that you're on clay everywhere.
Sorry, sir. No, kind of, but not really. I know I'm going in the right direction because it says south.
Yeah, you're going south.
I'm going south.
I don't think you expected to be on this side of the hill.
No, I actually like getting lost. I like the road less traveled.
You're not going to be able to pull a trailer, even on a dry year, very far off that road to get it where you can. And the river from there down through is pretty shallow.
Okay.
And there's
I need a 9-foot hole, 9'6". So you think that if you're going to go out from here, you're going to go south to avoid all of the people that one know you. Number two, that you're going to go straight out because you got no time to get rid of that car and possibly her. And you think going out Swamp Road would be
because anything over this way, it just gets too shallow. Even
and then Whitehall, when I went into Whitehall, I mean that lock system is there. You've got too many people.
Yes.
They're not going.
Yeah.
He's not going into Whitehall to top a car.
And with, like I said, the abundance of, to me, you're gonna dump something somewhere.
You're going to somewhere.
Yeah. And I mean, but here's the other thing too. I don't know when he was logging what the guy's got for equipment. There's skidders, there's whatever. If you got an excavator on the landing.
I don't think he had that many.
Okay.
Maybe, I think he was renting that house that he was in. I don't think he even.
Yeah.
I don't think like it's right on the.
No, I mean the easiest bet to get rid of anything like the body is going to be how many abandoned slate quarries are around here full of water? Oh Jesus Christ! The thing would be too is figure out how to family ties anybody that's in the slate.
His family ties are way up north. He's about 45 minutes away. And I don't think he has the time for 1, 2. He's driving a piece of shit
No. I mean, just be any connections.
Oh,
like
yeah.
I said, you need a slate.
Well, so I'm going to let the police deal with all that. I just need to work 1 searched the northwestern corner and the southern corner on the Pulteney River, done a bunch of the locations that she could be at. I did not do the Bozeman River or the lake. I just think there's a large number of people that are on these bodies of water at that time. Hopefully, by watching this video, more people know that she's missing, and we're looking for a silver Ford Explorer. The license plate I'll put on the screen here. But I think the biggest thing is that I don't think that vehicle could go very far with that Ford Explorer on it. It just doesn't make sense, like from the standpoint of like driving 20 miles or 30 miles with that car on it, on the U-Haul. Doesn't logically make sense. He had to dump that thing somewhere close, and whether it be in a body of water or at a friend's barn or in a hole in the woods, he did something with it. So we're gonna keep on going with this. I'm gonna keep my eye on this case. Maybe at one point we have the ability to get some more information. Did he take a left out of the driveway or did he take a right? I think that's a very key piece. As soon as he crosses over that railroad track, he's got a decision to make. Do I go to New York, to Whitehall, where I have logging enterprises, or do I go left to Swamp Road to one of the quarries?
Snagging and bagging.
I don't know.
No, is it snagging, SNAGGIN, and bagging? Okay, snagging and bagging. Got it. I'll make sure I subscribe. I like it. Snagging and bagging. Nice. So we are here at Lake Bombasine. We are searching for Ashley Goodrich. We were asked to come up here and take a look and see if we can see something that Homeland Security and the FBI and local police have not been able to find. We're looking for an Explorer, a silver Ford Explorer. Ashley went missing and her car was dumped off of a trailer somewhere. Not sure if it was put in the woods, if it was dumped in a hole, or if it was put in the river or in a river or pond. So
Sasquatch. Whitehall.
You are trespassing. Please leave the area.
You can easily put one in right there. So 11'3" at depth. You could easily put a car in right off the edge. I think it's wide open during the day. I just don't think that you can get it down there. I'm not sure if that boat ramp or the one down below it is accessible. I'll have to take a look at that now. If you like these videos, please like and subscribe. You know, we're out here trying to investigate them at the same time, give some answers of where the people are not, and maybe give an answer to where they are. And it takes feet on the ground and going for it. So that's it. I'm Bill McIntosh. I'm with Exploring with a Mission. I'm also a member of AWP, or Adventures with Purpose. And welcome to Vermont, and another Vermont experience and another Vermont case.